Directly after his arrival in England, following the defeat of his schooner Cumbria in the first challenge for the America's Cup, James Ashbury asked Michael Razzi of Cowes to build him a new yacht expressively to win the Cup in 1871. This second challenge caused even greater controversy than in 1870, although it resulted in certain concessions being granted by the New York Yacht Club. No money was spared on Livonia, and she was constructed of oak and teak to combine all the best in English and American design. But so confident were the Americans in their choice from their existing yachts, no new vessels were put on the stocks. However, in his correspondence with the New York Yacht Club before setting out, Ashbury had insisted upon his right to appear as the representative of no less than 12 yacht clubs, with the opportunity to sail 12 races on 12 different days. If he managed to win any one of these races, the club he was representing on that day was to be awarded the cup. The club held a meeting to consider Ashbury's proposals, but although they decided that he could represent only the Royal Harwich Yacht Club, they also conceded that he should not be put against the whole fleet, as in 1870. The Livonia sailed for America before the final details had been arranged, and Ashbury continued to argue his case in New York until it was settled that he was to sail the best of 7 races against any one of 4 defenders. On the day of the opening race, there was many spectators present, as there had been the year before. 2 keeled schooners, Dauntless and Sappho, and the 2 centerboard schooners, Palmer and Columbia, have been selected to defend the cup. But Columbia was the first to establish her superiority over the British boat. Gaining 3 minutes before the Narrows, she never gave Livonia a ghost of a chance, and they won by a wide margin. The next race was to take place on 18th of October 1871 from the Sandy Hook lightship 20 miles to windward and return. But on the day, a course 4 points from the wind was the best that the committee could achieve, and by failing to issue clear racing instructions, they created a situation not unlike that favouring America in 1851. In a blustery northwesterly, Livonia reached the outer mark ahead of Columbia, who had again been chosen to represent the New York Yacht Club. But because her skipper had not been told from which side to round it, he left the mark boat to starboard, as was then the rule in England. This decision cost Livonia the race. Compelled to jibe because of the wind direction, her sails crashed over with the brute force of a charging elephant, and she was left in such disarray that her crew, including a wretched man stationed aloft to kick over the topsail, took several moments to recover and sharpen up. Quick to take advantage, Mr. Osgood, on board Columbia, steered his vessel between the staggering Livonia and the mark, tacked around it smartly, and, stowing his topsails in the strengthening gale, took her speeding home to win comfortably on a reach. It was apparent that Osgood, who had asked the committee about the rounding mark, and when Ashbury protested that Columbia had contravened the sailing instructions, he was told that the sailing regulations for the outside course leave the manner of turning the stake boat optional. Ashbury was furious. Although Dauntless was chosen as the defender in the third race, She was disabled while under tow, and because the Sappho and the Palmer were not on hand, Columbia, without her captain who had been injured, was again called to the line. But expecting a rest day, her crew had been indulging in a little too freely, and before long Cumbria's flying jib carried away and her steering gear broke. Livonia romped home over 15 minutes ahead to win the only race of any series to be taken by a challenger until 1920. The win was not a popular one, and the fourth race was witnessed by only a solitary spectator craft. Sappho, then the largest yacht ever built in America, won easily, as she did again in the fifth and final race. But Ashbury did not take the defeat lightly, claiming the sixth and seven races when he had gone to the line, but there had been no boat to meet him. The second race won on protest, and then the third taken fairly by distance. He declared that he had won 4 out of 7 contests, and the cup was his. The committee took no heed of his claims, beyond acknowledging his letters, but when he continued to attack them after his return to England, they sent back all the cups he had presented to their club. So ended one of the unhappier moments in the cup's history. It was said that Ashbury later smoked a pipe of peace with the York Yacht Club when he entered for a regatta at Le Havre the following season, but the owner of Sappho, who was there, declined to race him.